My wife told everyone I refused to help with the baby. Then I found the recordings proving she'd been leaving our newborn alone for hours while she went out with her friends. I know this sounds strange to admit, but the moment our daughter was born was the same moment when something undefinable shifted in my marriage. I am 32 and my wife, Maya, is 30, and up until the birth of our daughter Elise 3 months ago, we had been together for 6 years without any major issues. I thought we were solid, maybe not perfect, but definitely stable. So when people started giving me strange looks, when some of our friends suddenly became distant, when Maya's sister stopped responding to my messages altogether, I had no idea what was happening. At first I assumed it was the typical chaos of early parenthood, the exhaustion and the stress. But the truth was darker, and it began with whispers I didn't even know existed. The first time I realized something was off was during a Sunday family lunch at my parents' house. My mom asked in that gentle, too careful tone if I was doing all right with the adjustments of fatherhood. I told her I was fine, just tired like any new parent. She hesitated before saying she had heard I was struggling to connect with Elise, and that Maya seemed overwhelmed doing everything alone. I laughed because the idea sounded absurd. I was the one waking up most nights, feeding Elise her bottles, rocking her to sleep, letting Maya rest because she claimed she was too sore or exhausted or recovering. I was the one cleaning bottles, doing laundry, keeping the house functional. I asked my mom where she got that idea, and she only said that Maya had mentioned it to a few relatives, nothing specific, just concerns. That moment stuck with me. It was the first crack in the image I thought we shared. Still, I brushed it off as a misunderstanding. Maybe Maya was just venting in the way new mothers often do, feeling overwhelmed and needing to talk. I tried not to make it a big deal, but then more people started making comments, subtle but accusatory. One of my friends, Mark, actually pulled me aside after a get-together and told me he had heard I refused to help Maya with the baby at night. He said he understood the early adjustment could be tough, but that abandoning my responsibilities would only hurt my marriage in the long run. I stood there stunned, telling him the reality was the complete opposite, but he just looked uncomfortable, like I was lying to save face. That night I went home feeling confused and oddly embarrassed. I watched Maya on the couch scrolling through her phone while Elise slept in the bassinet beside her, and I wondered what exactly she had told people. When I asked her directly, she brushed me off with a laugh, saying people exaggerate things, and she couldn't control what others interpreted. She said motherhood made her emotional and sometimes she vented, but she never meant anything harmful. I wanted to believe her, so I did. But denial only works for so long. Over the next few weeks, her behavior changed in small but noticeable ways. She started taking longer showers, disappearing into the bathroom for almost an hour while I handled Elise. She began spending more time texting people, always tilting the screen away from me. She claimed she needed fresh air and would go on walks that strangely took over an hour even though we lived near nothing but quiet residential streets. At night, she was restless and impatient, refusing to help with feedings, insisting she was too tired even though Elise was finally sleeping in predictable intervals. I took on everything, thinking I was doing the right thing. The breaking point came one night around 2 in the morning. Elise was crying in her crib, and I jolted awake automatically. When I reached for the bottle warmer, I noticed Maya's side of the bed was empty. She hadn't told me she was going anywhere. I thought maybe she was in the living room trying to calm down from insomnia, but the house was silent and her shoes were gone from the entryway. I felt an uneasy sensation in my chest. My wife had left the house at 2 in the morning without telling me, leaving our newborn behind. In the morning, she returned smelling faintly of perfume that wasn't hers, with makeup smudged under her eyes. She claimed she needed a late night drive to clear her mind and had fallen asleep in the car at a lookout point. I wanted to believe her, I really did. But something in her eyes was off, something defensive and closed off. Full story on my channel, linked below.